Question of the day. Are the cast of Generations the Legacy racist? So I went onto the Generations Instagram this morning, like I do every morning, hoping that they had finally shared one of my videos on their story. They hadn't. But what they had done is they had created a story highlight called Media. So I decided to go on that highlight and, just go through, see what was there. And I noticed something. Not only did Pearl Monama go on Ukhozi FM and do an interview 3 weeks ago, not only did Muzim Tabela go on Ukhozi FM and do an interview 3 weeks ago, but Manaka Ranaka also went on Ukhozi FM and did an interview 3 weeks ago. My question is, why discriminate? What does Ukhozi FM have that I don't? You know what I mean? I feel traumatized, I feel violated, and I demand financial compensation from you, Fundi Wundla. I hope you're watching this. But with that being said, hi there, my name is Malachi, and welcome to Xulu Reviews, a channel where we review South African TV shows and sometimes pitch music videos. If you enjoy this type of content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for daily uploads, excluding the weekends. Let's take a sip of our Oros and get started. So, today we will be reviewing episode 248 of season 31 of Generations The Legacy. Now, let's get straight into it. Even though I didn't love the ending of Tuesday's episode, it was still effective, you know what I mean? Because the episode ended with Mpo and Bele having a stare down because, they have a conflict going on, right? And I think it would have been better to start Wednesday's episode off as a continuation of Tuesday's episode, So it would have been, in my opinion, we all have an opinion. In my opinion, it would have been better to start Wednesday's episode off with the two of them having a stare down, someone entering the apartment, Bele leaving, and then Mpo, just the camera stuck on Mpo's face in, disbelief and shock before changing to another scene. You know what I mean? Because I really feel like I want to know how that interaction ended. You know what I mean? Just put yourself in my shoes, right? The two of them have basically just blackmailed each other off. Well, not blackmailed each other off. I don't know what going on there. But point is, put yourself in my shoes, because I'm a very curious person. I want to know how that scene ended, between the two of them. Imagine you're in ball, and you're like, I'm going to turn you in. And you're Bele, and you're like, you can't, boy. You weren't allowed to use the camera I gave you. I want to know how that conversation ended. Was Bele just like, I'm watching you, boy. Okay, bye, see you at work tomorrow. I need to know how that interaction ended because, yeah, I have questions, as most people would. You know what I mean? Then, after not seeing her for the past 4 episodes, I think we can safely assume that Lesedi's not on the show right now. My only question then becomes, what's her excuse? You know what I mean? Because I guess when Connie Ferguson left the show, the excuse given was that Karabo moved to London. Where's Lesedi? Within the context of the show, where's Lesedi? Please let me know in the comments. And then, does anyone have any clips of Mihlali on Generations? No offense, but, this episode was quite boring. So I just started thinking about the most random things. And I was like, oh yeah, Mihlali was going to be on the show. And then I tried looking up clips on YouTube, but her clips on the show aren't there. So if anyone could send me clips of Mihlali on Generations, I'd appreciate it. I'd want to see how she did. Because my friend said that she sucked, but I don't know. I can't judge. I didn't see it. You know what I mean? Then, can we please just pay Cosmo his respects for being a super cool uncle? Because I need to, with Mbali's birthday coming up on Thursday, Lucy and Gokflo were just planning on having a chill dinner at home, and in this episode Cosmo was like, no, we need to have a party, you know what I mean? So he and Mrexa were literally just getting a bunch of decorations and ordering a cake and getting a playlist together and trying to invite some of Mbali's friends. So I find it really, really cool that he just went out of his way to be like, hey, let's throw Mbali a party, why not? You only turn 18 once. So this is a Cosmo appreciation video. But one thing I am skeptical about is the Diatles don't have a sitting room, you know what I mean? Ever since the show started, whenever you see the Diatle house, you only ever see their kitchen, you know what I mean? So I'm very curious as to where Mbali's birthday party is going to take place. Because even if you have 10 extras come in to be her classmates at her party, they are not all going to fit in that tiny ass kitchen. So yeah, interested to see where her party is going to take place. And then can we wrap up this Mpo and Bele storyline? I know it's been going on for 3 days. it feels like it's been going on 3 months because it doesn't feel like anything's happening. You know what I mean? You know when something's boring, but it's the storyline with the most screen time, so you can't like ignore it or look away from it. Can we please wrap up this Mpo and Bele storyline? My prediction, because Bele was at dinner with Ayanda on Tuesday and he was talking about like righting his wrongs and stop not hurting the people in his life anymore. My prediction is that Bele is gonna like take a bullet for Mpo from Maradona and sacrifice himself for Mpo, which I know is gonna be emotional and I know we're gonna be expected to cry. At this point, I just need the storyline to wrap up. So however they do it, rest in peace in advance, Bele. Not gonna miss you, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like at this point I'm more invested in Lucy and Mbrexa's marriage than I am with this whole Mpo and Bele storyline. So let's wrap it up quite quickly. What do you say? But what do you say? Because I feel like, one, I don't care about this storyline, and two, they had a very confusing interaction in this episode where like Mpo punched Bele, but he was like a meter away from him and Bele still went this way. So I don't know if the fight choreography was off or Bele just dodged and went in a weird way. Like, please check it out and tell me what you think.
Loyalty to the freaking badge, man. Not you. Swindling now.
Okay, so can you tell me what happened? Like, was that supposed to be a punch that Bele dodged but still like ducked the other way, or was it bad fight choreography? Let me know in the comments. And then, okay, there's a scene in this episode where Mpo is visiting a wounded cop in the hospital with like some takeaway food, and he says, and I quote, "You must be tired of the food here." Am I the only one who thinks hospital food tastes delicious? Because like, I was in the hospital in 2018 for like a couple seizures I had, and don't tell my mom I said this. That was the most delicious food I'd ever eaten. Okay? So can we please stop shading hospital food? Like airplane food, I don't know about because I never eat when I'm on a plane. But yeah, Mpo, do better. Do better, Mpo. Think about your actions. They have consequences. Okay. Then, do you guys remember the movie Save the Last Dance? If you haven't seen it or you haven't heard of it, it was this movie that came out in 2001, and it was about this black guy and this white girl who were dating, and everyone else in the movie was against their interracial relationship. And I remember this because the girl has a line in the movie where she says, "We spend more time defending our relationship than we spend having one." And I feel like this applies to Mazwi and Tracy because I have seen Mazwi and Tracy go on one date. One date. And on that date, all they spoke about was, "Oh, people are staring. Oh, we should go. Oh, we should go away. People are staring," right? And it's just, if they're not talking about how Kabesi feels about their relationship, they're speaking about how Figiles feels about their relationship, they're speaking about how the media feels about their relationship. Like, guys, it doesn't seem like you have much of a relationship, you know what I mean? And this is just my opinion. You can disagree with it if you want. The actors don't really have chemistry, so it's not like there is much of a relationship there. Like, they don't spend any time actually doing couple things, and the actors have like zero chemistry, so I'm very curious as to who decided to put them in a couple, you know what I mean? These writers, employ me. I will do a better job than you. No offense. Anyway, can I just have like a show of hands? Like, could you just raise your hand while sipping your Oros, obviously? But has anyone ever liked Figile? I remember when Figile first came on the show that her whole personality was being super, super oblivious. Because let me tell you something. If someone is trying to steal all your money, you can tell. There is no reason that Figile could not tell Lucy was trying to rob her, other than the writers just like not giving her the ability to tell that. So Figile was super naive and annoying when she first came on the show. Now she just feels obnoxious and annoying, you know what I mean? Because her personality used to be, "Lucy, hi, you can steal all my money." And now her personality is, "Mazwi, stay away from your uncle. Only I get to hang out with Kabisi." So I'm very curious as to, whether or not they're ever going to make Figile likable. Not I don't have any specific feelings on most of the characters on the show. Like most of them are just there for me. But for some reason Figile stands out as like being unlikable. So if the writers could just change that, please and thank you. You know what I mean? And then finally, so there's this colored guy named Yeaster who comes over to Mpo's apartment, and their conversation has to be a minute or less in length, right? And what Yeaster comes to say is, "Hey Mpo, I found out where you live quite easily. That means the other gangsters hunting you down can also find out easily. You owe me a favor because I told you this." And I'm just like, Yeaster, what does he owe you a favor for? Like, if Yeaster said, "There are gangsters who are hunting you down, come stay in my safe house," I would be like, "Oh, okay, that warrants a favor." If Yeaster said, "There are gangsters hunting you down, take this plane ticket and go lay low in Brazil," I would understand. But for Yeaster to literally rock up and say, "Hey, people are hunting you down, you owe me a favor because I told you this," I'm just like, Yeaster, are you sure about that? I'm not sure it works like that, man. You know what I mean? Do better, Yeaster. Do better. And with that being said, that brings us to the end of today's episode. If you enjoy this type of content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for daily uploads, excluding weekends. Drink Oros and have an amazing day.